Hi Aries, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori, and tonight we're going to take a look at the upcoming week of June 23rd through Sunday the 29th of June. Just a heads up to you, we do have a new moon in Cancer on the 25th. This is all about new beginnings, okay? So just be willing to step into new beginnings. Interestingly, when I was starting your reading, I was meditating and I heard Maya's song, Moving On. She says, I'm moving on, moving on, I'm moving on. I can't sing, but anyways, I kept hearing that song in my head for some reason. And then I heard Temptation Island. So I don't know what's going on this week. I don't know if you're moving on from Temptation Island. I don't even know what Temptation Island is, but that's what I heard. It may or may not have anything to do with the reading, but anyhow, that's what I heard. So let's take a look here and see what we get. Ooh, Curiosity and Death. And then the Amorous at the bottom of the deck here. Wow. Okay, guys, so I'll tell you what these cards mean. I'll read them, but I want to intuitively tell you what I'm picking up on. There's a change. Okay, so there's something very innocent about this Curiosity card here. It feels like the Fool to me. It feels like you could be taking a leap of faith into something new, something that feels very different from what you're used to. Okay, and I am seeing, like, it looks like this bird here has like his eyes are filled with water. It could be something that's very emotional for you or to you. Could be causing you to tap into meditation. There's a curiosity that you have in regards to something, and it's transformative energy. The curiosity that you have is going to be transformative in your life, because this Death card is, for me, about resurrections. Okay, this is about allowing things to dissipate that are no longer meant to be, and then allowing the new to come in. Finding beauty in endings, finding beauty in transitions, finding beauty in allowing things to be released. That's very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I'm going to read the book too on those two cards. That's a new deck that I have, so I don't know what the meanings of the cards are, but I will read them so that we can get an idea of what the book says. The bottom deck energy, 6th house, this is Virgo. This is in regards to your daily habits. What do you do on a daily basis? Is there an ask for you to explore a little more, for you to be more curious, right? With the Sagittarian energy here, this is all about exploration. This is about going on an adventure. This is about doing something different than you would typically do. You could be traveling this week. And then we have the trine here with harmony, with opportunities, luck, flow, synchronicity, good vibes, and positivity. This is supportive, expansive energy here with the trine and Sagittarian energy. We had a full moon in Sagittarius, I think a week or so ago at this point, the sacral chakra. So, okay, now this with Sagittarius, I was seeing the Knight of Wands, and then the sacral chakra. This could absolutely have something to do with exploring, passionate endeavors, suffering in silence. And then mental conflict. Guys, I'm just going to tell you right now, just be careful. I'm going to look into this more, obviously, but it does feel to me like you could potentially be blocking out your emotions. This is the sacral chakra energy is about you can be emotionally imbalanced when your sacral chakra isn't imbalanced, if that makes any sense, okay? It's about creativity, sexuality, and passion. With it coming out with the 9 of Swords and the 2 of Swords, this does make me think that you're blocking out something harmonious in your life and instead masking it with childlike behaviors of, being the fool, or the fool doesn't pay any attention to the consequences of their actions. Now, what I'm hoping this is saying is that there's a death to that. There's a death to the old you that may be a little promiscuous or easily jumping into beds, things like that, right? Or using sex as a way to cover up and mask what needs to be healed within you. Because I am getting with this death energy here that this is speaking of something that needs to be cleansed, right? I keep seeing like a vulture, and the vultures come in and they eat up things that are dead, that are not meant to stay. Okay, so Spirit could be advising you to be cautious and to be careful with where you place your sexual energy during the week. Okay, you could be using that to try to get yourself out of some type of mental conflict that you have. This could be in regards to some type of situation that was very close to your heart. It's making you emotional, and you could be acting out by trying to, y'all move on fast, so you could just be like, I'm moving on and forget it. But I think Spirit is advising you to be very cautious this week, that you aren't overindulging, okay? Because that's another thing that's coming through here. This trine is actually an overindulgent energy. It's like the Nine of Cups mixed with the Knight of Wands energy. So financial and material changes. This is the Five of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. And that does make me feel like you possibly could be having a hard time because you're trying to mask some type of pain. Okay, let me see what we can get here. What clarifiers we can get. Okay. Yeah, maybe doing... Oh, okay, guys. I'm sorry, Aries. Let me get the rest of the cards, and then we will go into... Okay. All right, let me move these over here, and then we'll get the rest of this out. So this Page of Swords is a curiosity card too. And I know these all came out together, right? So maybe you're going through a breakup. Someone that you loved is moving on. Maybe you feel you missed an opportunity with someone. This does look like there was like a third party situation though, with the Three of Cups, with the Seven of Wands, Four of Cups. Somebody could have been too curious. Yeah, this is sexual energy too, guys. All right, the Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So you could have had a lot of conflict in a relationship. This is you or the other parties. You could be dealing with somebody who's married or in a relationship with someone else. And that could have brought in some challenges. You could be trying to bring something back together too, because I am getting like a reconciliation vibe here. You could be trying to bring something back together. And you're curious as to whether or not that thing has died out. There's a lot of sexual energy here though, and it's that energy that's kind of causing you to be curious, or the other party. Like maybe the sexual frustration or tension that you or the other person is holding is what's pushing you towards wanting to initiate this, or pushing this person to want to initiate this new opportunity with you. Okay, it's like you all of a sudden, or someone all of a sudden has an urge to want to reconnect with someone. And this is something that they feel like they missed an opportunity on. So I'm going to just act like this is the other person. The other person feels like they missed an opportunity with you. Maybe they were too guarded or defensive or protective of their energy from you, and that made you withdraw. So them being so guarded and protective and defensive of their energy made you pull back, and you said, you know what, I'm not doing this. Like, either you're going to give to me, because I'm looking for stability. I'm looking for something and someone long-term who's committed, who can stay with me, right? Someone who can be emotionally available. So maybe you were like, no, you're not emotionally available. They're showing up as the Four of Cups with the Three of Cups And the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, this is like they want to talk, they want to communicate, they want to socialize with you, but they don't have any emotion to offer you. It's like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, right? And you're like, no, 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 no. I need something that's going to withstand the test of time. Like, I want security, I want long-term success, and I don't want to give my heart to someone who's not willing to do so. So you could be dealing with somebody that you think is a player, because this energy is absolutely the energy of someone who is coming in with their wand, trying to flick it and swing it where, you know, it don't belong. And it's got you questioning whether or not you want to actually give to this. But the ask of you is to assess whether or not you want something that is short term, or whether or not you want something that's long term, something that's going to move forward and progress into something that can withstand the test of time. And I think that Spirit is advising you to be cautious as to where you invest your time, to be cautious as to where you allow stuff to be slung, right? If you get what I'm saying. Because there's a part of you, that can be overindulgent, that will take these risks and these opportunities because they look good in the moment, but then you're never really satisfied. So Spirit is advising you to die to that old self that would indulge in very childlike behaviors, okay? And when I say childlike, what Spirit is showing me is like, you know, when you're a young adult, you know, you indulge in these sexual activities without thinking about it. But as you mature and you get older, you realize that there's diseases there's soul ties, there's things like that. So Spirit is just asking and advising you to be cautious as to where you decide you want to explore, and to challenge yourself and to question whether or not you want something that is going to be long-term, or if you want something that's going to provide you with short-term satisfaction. All right, Aries, this is a very interesting reading. Let's read the curiosity card and see what it says. So curiosity is a new journey, enthusiasm, imagination, and childhood. That's exactly what they were showing me with that too, is that childhood energy. Death is endings, recomposition, and change. All right, guys, I hope that this resonates with you. Curiosity killed the cat, y'all. I'm going to just say that. I hope it resonates. Don't allow your loneliness and the energy of someone being in solitude to allow you to step into something that is not meaningful for your highest self, okay? For the highest good of you. All right, guys, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I love you all. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you have the most amazing week. Allow these new beginnings to come in with this new moon, and just have fun, enjoy yourself, but don't get yourself into any, you know, issues with STDs, STIs, and stuff like that. Stay away from that stuff, because that's not cool. All right, have a good night. Have a good week. I'll see you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.